welcome fans to the 2009 debut of Victory Lane with Christian Potts. If it's the start of the season, it means NASCAR's biggest race is upon us, the Daytona 500. Of course, 2 weeks of speed weeks in Daytona. Last week we saw it culminating with the Bud Shootout. Kevin Harvick, the 2007 Daytona 500 champion, winning in an exciting finish in that event. We also saw qualifying times determining the front row for the 500. Martin Truex will be on the pole. The guy who Harvick barely beat to the line in that great Daytona 500 2 years ago was Mark Martin. He'll be on the outside pole. Martin has been to Daytona 25 times for the 500, 47 races in all at the track. He's never won the big one. He knows his chances to get that done are running out.
In 07, really what I wanted to do was win the Daytona 500 and or the Brickyard. And we went up even to the, we got close here and we went to the Brickyard and ran 6th with a broken transmission. So mission was almost accomplished. I mean, it was very, and those are crown jewels. Put the focus on that rather than worrying about points or anything else.
Well, Tony Stewarts is no stranger to being at Daytona. He's been in contention many times over the last decade in the 500. However, he's here this year for the first time as a driver-owner with Stewart-Haas Racing. Of course, Tony is noted as a guy who's kind of a loose cannon, kind of does his own thing. But in his new ownership role, he's done plenty of seeking out advice from guys who've been there before.
It has been set your budget and stick to it. That's probably been the biggest thing that I've been told by multiple car owners, and I think that's something that there's a lot of validity to what they're saying, and there's a lot of main reasons why they've said it, because I think that's been an issue that probably every car owner has had to go through almost every year of their career as an owner. So that's something that they've been very, very adamant about, and you take that advice and run with it.
Stewart picked veteran driver Ryan Newman to be his teammate on the track. Newman had a strong run in qualifying for the 500. Both guys figure to be a factor on the track. One thing that's different for each of these guys, cars we've never seen them in. Newman will be driving the number 39 car. Stewart, who we're so used to seeing in the orange Home Depot number 20, will be driving this number 14 car, sponsored by Office Depot. Good looking car, but it'll be strange to see Smoke driving something different. Well, one of the big questions floating around in NASCAR and every area of America for that matter these days are the problems with the economy. Already before a lap has been run or a tire has been changed in the 2009 season, we've already seen a major impact out there. Evernham and Richard Petty combining their teams. Dale Earnhardt, Chip Ganassi combining their teams. Those guys had about 8 or 9 cars between them per race last year. That number will be about 4 or 5 this season between those teams. Bill Davis Racing sold the operations. The Wood brothers, long time in the sport, will only run 12 races this season, and the list goes on. Sprint Nextel, the chief sponsor of the title series in NASCAR, cut 8,000 jobs 2 weeks ago. NASCAR itself announced a hiring freeze last month. Times are tough for sponsors. They figure to get tougher with the economy going as it is. There are some good things going on. The new Car of Tomorrow, put into place a couple of years ago, running full-time last year for the first time on the series, has made things more uniform and cut some costs for teams. In addition, several races and tracks have also announced cutting some ticket prices, making more of the affordable ticket prices for fans. That'll help out anyone who may have lost a job, may be worried about losing a job, may not be getting the hours they are. We'll find out this weekend how much of an effect the economic woes are having on the fans. If they don't come out for the season's biggest race, it could be a long year in terms of attendance. One thing I will predict this season, with fewer teams and the teams that are there in many cases fielding fewer entries, we figure that a lot of races before very long may not even make the 43 car minimum field for an event. Well, that's all for this week's show. Next week, in addition to looking back at what happened in the 500, we'll also look at some of the storylines for the entire 2009 season. Can Jimmy Johnson win an unprecedented 4th straight championship? Can his teammate Jeff Gordon break through after the first winless season of his career? Can the boys from Roush Racing, who nearly knocked off Johnson a year ago, chase him down and get back in the championship circle? Lot to look forward to. 39 more races to go. We'll be here for all of them in Victory Lane with Christian Potts. We'll see you next week.